Welcome to the podcast recording of Middle East AI News live for Thursday, February 29th, 2024, brought to you by Carrington Malin, marketing for an AI-first world. You're listening to my discussion with Abdullah Asiri, founder and CEO of Lucidya, where we talk about the Lucidya success story, the development of Arabic language AI models, and what Lucidya's Arabic-focused customer experience platform means for marketers.
In today's Thursday Deep Dive, we're going to be talking about Saudi martech startup Lucidya, which has developed an AI-powered customer experience platform focused on the Arabic language needs of the region. And we're going to touch on a broad range of subjects here. We're going to look at the startup story of Lucidya and how it came about. We're going to discuss Arabic language models in the region and what to expect moving forward, the need for Arabic marketing platforms in the Middle East, and what Lucidya's CXM platform does for marketers. And hopefully, if we have time, we'll also talk a bit more about Lucidya's strategy for the region and future outlook. I'm going to be joined shortly by Abdullah Asiri, founder and CEO of Lucidya. Abdullah founded Lucidya as one of the four founders in 2015 and 16 as a social listening and analysis platform leveraging machine learning and focused on Arabic language, conversations, and content. He's an alumni of KAUST, the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, where he took his master's degree in computer science, obviously with a focus on artificial intelligence, and also Mohammed bin Salman College of Business and Entrepreneurship, where he did his MBA. He's a serial entrepreneur and investor, a board member in different tech startups across fintech, logistics, and e-commerce. Prior to founding Lucidya, he was a tech consultant at Badia and the founder and managing partner at Wakood. He's led Lucidya from its founding through to the present day, where the company enjoys a leading position in Arabic language social media marketing platforms, employs more than 100 people. And given Lucidya's early start in Arabic AI models, he's also a pioneer in the development and training of Arabic AI models. More recently, the company's platform has evolved to become a more comprehensive customer experience management platform, or CXM. So a warm welcome to Middle East AI News Live, Abdullah Asiri.
Thank you so much for this nice intro. I'm so excited to be here and to share some of our journey and our experiences and what we are doing.
Likewise, I've been reading your LinkedIn announcements for some time, and it's just got to the point where I have to talk to this guy. So thanks very much for making the time to join us and to talk about Lucidya and the CXM and Arabic language AI models. Brilliant to have you here. First, I'd like to touch on Arabic AI model development. And this is the thing with technology, that English always comes first. And over the past 40 years, we've seen with the computer revolution, the internet revolution, the e-commerce revolution, all lead with English language interfaces, English language apps, a huge volume of English language content, which is understandable. And in the early days of PCs, they provided little support for Arabic, and Arabic users had to wait until I think 1992, I think it was, Windows 3.1. Likewise, thousands of websites and apps have been inspired by the internet, but we've still been a little lagging behind in the creation of Arabic online content, Arabic apps and platforms. And now we have the arrival of neural networks and the pickup we've seen with large language models, natural language processing. For those creating those Arabic language models, the availability of Arabic content and the limits to that are a persistent problem, because we require large volumes of content to train our new AI models. Personally, I believe we're on the cusp of a new era in Arabic language NLP. So you're, I think, exactly the right person to have a conversation about this with, and it'd be great to pick your brains. But let's just start with the background story of how you got involved in NLP and how you started Lucidya. So why don't you just tell us a bit about how this idea came together and how you began?
Yeah, sure. So let me first give some context. When I first graduated from Virginia Tech in the States in 2011, I was so obsessed by AI. And actually, my first startup, it was in end of 2011, it was an AI startup here in Saudi Arabia when I got back from the US. Back then, you can imagine 2011, and you're developing an AI solution, especially in Saudi Arabia, is not really common, and it faced a lot of challenges. So after a couple of years, we raised funds, we went to the market, we secured some customers, but the market was not ready for AI basically at that time. So we shut down the company, but still passionate about AI solutions, and I still saw the gap in having AI solutions for the Arabic world, because we're almost 500 million people here living in the Arab region, and there's no decent AI solutions that can actually understand those people. So that's when I started back then. Time passed by, and I found another company in technology as well. And then in 2015, 2016, that's when the idea came to us in 2015 actually, but the incorporation of the company was in the end of 2016. We saw a huge gap in the market, and we saw that the market is kind of getting ready to kind of understand the importance of AI. And that's when we started Lucidya. And the main reason why we started Lucidya actually is because we believe that me, you, and all these audience, we deserve better from our brands, from the brands that we love. We love brands, but these brands are treating us like strangers. So we saw that brands, they must prove to be able to understand their customers and deliver better services. And I was questioning why customer experience is really awesome when I came, in the States when I was there, and it's not the case in the Middle East. And after a lot of research, we found out that these brands here in Saudi and other GCC countries and MENA countries, they want to deliver exceptional customer experiences, just like the ones in the US and Europe, but they are unable to do so because they don't have the right technologies. They don't have the right equipment, basically, to do so. So that's when the idea came to our mind. We saw there's a gap in the market, there's a need. These brands, they really want to deliver exceptional customer experiences, but the barrier was technology. And, to be specifically, the barrier was basically having an AI that can actually understand those people. And me, as a passionate person about AI and always wanting to build an AI-based solution that's, have value, we saw an opportunity, and we got so excited when we know that this market is huge. We fall within the CRM markets. If you look at it from the big umbrella, it's an $88 billion market. So it's a huge market. And we saw a lot of peers companies in the US and Europe. They went to the public market. They are multi-billion-dollar companies. So we saw that it's a good opportunity for us to start. And that's when we started Lucidya. We saw there is no company in the whole world that actually does provide technology with AI-based technologies that understand Arabic language. And I understand why. And maybe we can talk more about this later, but I understand why. It's a technology barrier. It's very difficult to build an AI engine that understands Arabic, since Arabic, it has so many dialects and so many different ways to write in Arabic. So we saw that this is a problem that can be only solved by local companies and can be only solved by people with the know-how in the industry and building digital solutions, and with people with passion. And these kind of traits, they were applicable to us. And that's when we decided to start Lucidya.
Great story. So this was an idea that was seeded by your own experience, and then you researched it and found out, actually, this is real and we should do something.
Yeah, and actually, to be honest, I did talk to a lot of the big players in the market before we started Lucidya, and I actually went and visited some of them, and I was asking them why you guys you're making hundreds of millions in revenue, and you can't develop your own AI solutions to tell our world, and why you guys are not doing so, and do you have plans to do it in the future? Because I did that research before I started Lucidya, just because I don't want to start the company and then one of these big giant players, they come into the market. And their answer was shocking, but yet it makes sense. They just told us that they're not interested because the market size in the Middle East is not as big as Europe and the US. Also, ROI in these technologies are not that much, because to develop these solutions, they will require to spend a lot of money in R&D, and then the market size is not big enough, so ROI does not make sense for them. So they were not interested. They exist in the bigger market. The dollar they can spend in marketing and sales, they bring them better ROI than the dollar they spend R&D to develop for these markets. So yeah.
So how did you zoom in on your first solution, and did that come out of the work that you were doing in machine learning, or was it a need that you took back to work on with machine learning?
It's a need that I took back to machine learning. I did not work on this while I was doing my master's, to be honest. But I have the foundation of AI. I know what it can do, what it cannot do, what I need to do to be able to develop these models. And I knew that it's going to be very challenging because, again, the complexity of Arabic. But then with the bigger challenge, the bigger the reward is, right? And the higher the barrier for competition. So that's what we did.
What do you think were the main challenges in putting this together at the early stage?
Well, couple of challenges. The biggest one was actually to find the right people as a talent, to join the team to develop these AI solutions that we need. Because me and my co-founder, CTO, Dr. Zuhair, were not enough. We needed to hire more people to be able to build these solutions, and to find the right people in Saudi. 2016 was very difficult because AI was not, was not hype like today, and there were not a lot of talent. So finding talent was an issue. Another issue was secure the needed funding to be able to start this journey, because pitching to investors that we're going to be building an AI solution that does something that all other competitors worldwide could not do was very hard to believe. So securing funding from these investors was difficult. And also because, again, if we go back in 2016, AI was not really mainstream like today. And people, the investors, they were skeptical about AI. So convincing them was very difficult. And the last thing is basically selling the solution. After we built the solution, after we went to markets, selling the solution was difficult because we are an enterprise-focused business. We sell to enterprises, and then if you go to an enterprise company, a huge company, I tell them that we have a cutting-edge AI solution developed by an unknown company, which is a new company, a startup company. And also this company is a Saudi company. So it's a local company. This is not really a lot of good stories about local companies here in Saudi back then that specialize in AI. It was very skeptical for them to actually go with us and sign with us. So these three main challenges were facing us at the beginning.
I can believe it. And just a side note, I've seen quite a big change in the last 2-3 years with the arrival of AI and the focus that a lot of big companies have on AI use cases and data use cases, which has made them more open to deal with startups. Whereas, startups that wouldn't have been able to get in through the front door 5 years ago are now having conversations. Do you see that it's changed that much, or are we
100%.
still needs to change a lot more?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. It is changing. The scene is changing from 7 years ago until today. We are seeing it not only from Lucidya side, because now we are much bigger. We have credibility in the market, so it's easier for us. But I see it with the new companies, the new startups going in the market. They can actually go and they can secure deals with big companies. So behavior is changing, and this is something good. And hopefully, it changes even better in the future.
Let's switch for a few minutes onto Arabic AI models. And you registered the company in 2016. And I think that was very early days for Arabic language AI models in the region. I think I'm right in saying it was New York University in Abu Dhabi that announced Arabic LP around that time, which was one of the first of its kind at that point. And certainly very different situation from the last couple of years. What have you seen happen over the past few years in that space and the potential for Arabic language AI?
If I would really describe the advancement in AI in the Arabic world, I would say there are some effort and progress pre ChatGPT, and there's some effort post ChatGPT. ChatGPT was very pivotal in the progress of AI in the region, and I'll tell you why. Before ChatGPT, there were attempts from organizations in the Middle East to develop their own Arabic-based AI solution, all that. And we saw a lot of research entities within universities coming with a lot of AI models, but almost none of them, they were commercialized. The reason why it was purely R&D, is purely niche-based kind of models that works in very specific small set of problems, or it were not scalable, or it was not meant to be commercialized for commercial or licensing reasons, and so on and so forth. So there was an effort, but very minimal efforts, and it was very few numbers of actually research centers that actually work on AI. That was before ChatGPT. Post ChatGPT, things changed dramatically actually in the region, and the reason why is, which I'm really thankful for OpenAI, is because OpenAI showed the whole world what AI can really do and how AI can disrupt not only companies, can disrupt also the whole industries, and can disrupt even governments. So that kind of unlocking the potential of AI that happened by OpenAI opened the eyes of worldwide, of course, but especially here in the Middle East, they opened the eye of a lot of government leaders, a lot of policymakers, that's having a AI that built locally and understand your audience and your citizens or your people is not only, it's not luxury anymore. It's something that's it's a national security, something that it's a very strong competitive advantage, and that's when we started to see a lot of money and a lot of efforts, putting in AI. So that's what's happening. I think today in the Middle East, it's effort in building AI models from different countries, different research centers are accelerating, and it will only accelerate in the future. And I'm very optimistic to see a lot of great innovation coming from this region, especially when it comes to Arabic AI.
Yeah, absolutely. And the no overestimating the impact of ChatGPT, because that really inspired people all over the world. In this region, you could see, though, with ChatGPT, the number of startups in the US and Europe it inspired, and the products, some of them, it has to be said, not very good, coming to market at a very rapid pace, nearly all of them English language. And at that point, and I think still to a large extent today, there's no Arabic language LLM standard that developers are, jumped on to create similar applications. Do you see that changing in the short term? Because it's something that I think, we're at the cusp of seeing something change here, of having a broader spectrum of developers being able to use Arabic models that they can build things on.
Look, I think it's just a matter of time until we see a world-class Arabic-based LLM. It's just a matter of time, and I'm expecting it to be, if not this year, maybe early next year. I know a lot of research centers, big ones that are doing it, and here in the region, and I know a lot of startups are working on this, and us in Lucidya, we are also building our own LLM model for Arabic language. So it's just a matter of time until we see a world-class Arabic LLM coming from this region that can actually solve a lot of problems and also open a lot of opportunities for even future use cases or future startups.
Yes, and a lot of the opportunity is hidden, isn't it? Because it's not the general purpose consumer apps that, always make the most money. There's a lot of very focused domain specific apps. And if you look at Saudi's industrial sectors, some of them are very, very big and deserve a wide range of different AI models that can cater to different needs. All of that opportunity is Arabic language.
I agree with you 100%. Just like in other innovations or some previous innovations, when they started at kind of generic kind of innovations for generic use cases purposes, and then people, they take that innovation and they start to apply it in certain vertical, certain focuses to kind of optimize this generic solution to be optimal for specific use cases. And this exactly what's going to happen in AI. Today, if you ask anyone, what are the niches or what are the focuses that AI will be built on, no one could tell. They might guess a couple of ones, but no one can actually tell with certainty. And this is the beauty of innovation for the human mankind. You whenever you have innovation coming, you'll see a lot of bright minds that can actually think outside the box and to apply these innovations in specific use cases, specific focuses that can actually solve niche problems in a much, much better way than the generic solution. So we will see that coming. What and where, that's to be seen yet. But I'm definitely 100% sure that it's coming to be there will be more of generic use kind of AI, and there will be a lot of different AI focusing on certain topics or certain problems.
And part of that is the number of people that are looking at developing AI models with Arabic content and looking at Arabic solutions and looking at ways to leverage LLMs and other AI models in Arabic language. And so the collaborative opportunities are growing very fast now. I don't know what it was like when you were first looking at it, but it probably was very tough to find other people who were interested in the same thing and had any kind of hands-on experience.
It was definitely, it was very difficult. And because back then in 2016, the potential in the future for this market was still unknown. Today, a lot of people are excited, a lot of students, a lot of professional people are very excited about this field, and they're studying it and they are learning more because they know that there's so much potential and there's a future for them career-wise. And also another reason why, because the barrier to learn are now much lower than before. Before, it used to be very difficult for you to build an AI model and to know the nuances of AI. It was very, very difficult. So you need to know a lot of foundation for computer science and algorithms before you go into AI. Today, it's much simpler. It's very easy to build small AI models, and it's very easy to learn more. So the combination between the potential of the sector and the entry, the barrier to enter as a learner is lower. And also because of the initiatives that from governments, from education sector to encourage people to learn more. And we see this more, by the way, in Saudi Arabia. The number of people that I meet that they have AI degrees or AI professional certificates as an education today compared to 7 years ago is incomparable. Today, you see a lot of people, and you can pick and choose who you want to work with. And back then, you're going to be very lucky if we come across one people every couple of months who actually have a hands-on experience in AI.
True, but that's definitely coming. And the government education programs or training programs to inspire students in STEM studies, to train people in AI, in data skills is just phenomenal.
Even for kids. Today, my son is 8 years old, and government in Saudi Arabia, they have special programs free of charge for children or for kids at 8, 7 years old to teach them AI at this young age. So yeah, it's going mainstream.
It's brilliant. And that for the future, that just bodes so well because you have a critical mass of young people that are interested in this. And for sure, they are not all going to found OpenAI, but they are all going to be interested and they're going to get involved. And there's going to be a lot more people with AI degrees coming out the other end. There's going to be a lot more people to found startups, to drive government initiatives and what have you. So promising future.
I agree. So excited.
So let's go back to Lucidya. Could you just give us an overview of what you started to establish at the beginning and then what's that become?
Yeah, sure. So basically, again, we wanted to solve one big problem, which is the broken customer experience in the Middle East. We wanted to improve customer experience for all consumers to have a better experience with their loved brands. But you cannot tackle this huge, humongous problem from the beginning without beginning from somewhere. And we started step by step. And our first step was to introduce our first solution, which was a social listening solution. So basically, social listening, for those who don't know, basically it's a software that gives brand insights on the market, what's happening in social media. So it's a lens to what's happening in the markets, what's happening as a market trends, as a competitors, what they're doing, and all that. So we started there. We developed our social listening solution that can actually analyze public conversation or public tweets in Twitter, public posts in Facebook, Instagram, and all that. And we started with social listening because for us, it was a low-hanging fruit in terms of the need. It was very obvious need for a lot of companies here in Saudi. And also it was the best test for our AI models, because if you have an AI model that can actually work very well in large, different, diverse number of data coming from different people with different background, different topics, if you nail that, you will be nailing anything in the future. And that's where we started. It was our first product. And then after a couple of years, we struggled a lot with the R&D, we selling to customers and fundraising and all that. But after we reached product market fit in 2019, took us a couple of years because, again, it's a very complex solution and it's a very complex segment to sell to. Then we saw that it's the right time to continue our vision, which is building this all-in-one customer experience management platform that can actually help brands end-to-end, not only social listening. And that's when we introduced our other products, omnichannel, CDP, the customer data platform, surveys, and recently our engagement product. So this is the story where we started and where we are today.
In terms of the social listening, that utilizes AI. And what would be the difference between your product that uses Arabic natural language processing and products that don't use AI?
Great question. So basically, if I want to kind of segment these products, so we have products that don't use AI, and then there are products that uses AI, but they don't understand Arabic. Their AI is not built for Arabic language. And then there's AI that's built for Arabic language, obviously. So the ones that they don't actually have any AI capabilities in place, these tools are actually, their only function is to collect data from all these different sources and display them for a user and just give them a very high level quantitative kind of insights, like how many mentions you got, how many DMs you got, how fast you replied, and all that. So, which is very basic. It is useful, but it's very basic. And then when AI came, it gave another dimension to these insights. It tells marketeers and tells CX experts who are looking at these tools, it tells them, well, today you have 20,000 inbound conversation, and I'll tell you why you have 20,000, compared to 10,000 yesterday using AI. So AI would understand these trends, and AI would understand the content, and it would tell people, to tell brand managers that, these 20,000 interactions that you got today, most of them are negative, for example. And these are negative because of the following reason, X, Y, Z. So instead of you going through all these tens of thousands of posts and kind of knowing the story and what's happening, and by that you're wasting time and a lot of errors in doing so, and you get results very slow. You don't get the conclusion very fast. AI understanding all this data. And now when you have a kind of an AI that does not understand a specific language, in this case Arabic, then it's the same as if you have a solution without AI. Because if an AI does not understand Arabic, it will give you rubbish kind of analysis. It actually it's worse than not having a solution without AI, because it might mislead you. It might tell you information that's not correct and put you in the wrong direction. So these are the main differences between these solutions when it comes to AI or not AI in terms of social listening.
Very true. And when you started developing this social listening application, where did the data come from to build this AI?
So what we did, actually, we took it one step at a time. Our first solution was our first version. It was an MVP. It was not built using AI. It was a non-AI product in 2016, and the main goal was basically to be able to collect as much data as possible to use them later to train our AI models. So we released our first version of MVP, and we signed a couple of customers, and we started to collect data from all social media channels to be able to kind of have that large repository of data for training and testing purposes. And then after a couple of months, I think 7 or 8 months, we had enough data, and then we started to build our first version of AI. And then after 6 months, we had more data, and we started to improve it, and so on and so forth. When we started really our AI model accuracy on average in all of our models, they scored around 78% accuracy, and then it was improved to 82% and 85, 87. So it was a kind of gradual improvement. Today, we have access to more than 10 billion data points that are being used for training our AI models. And that's exactly why we have this accuracy of 92%, which is unmatched by any other player in the market.
Wow, that's impressive. And I'm guessing that's a mixture of data that you've curated and data that you draw from social media sites, other sources.
So basically, it's a combination. So number one is data that we kind of gather from all these social media sites. Number two is the feedback, the human in the loop feedback, we call it in our industry. So basically, it's the correction that we get from our customers, our correction to our AI models. These corrections are taken into consideration in training future AI models. And the last one is we have a crowd annotators team, we call them. So basically, those are people who actually have access to a large number of our data, and they annotate these data based on a lot of different annotation classes. So we use combination of this and that to be able to enhance and build our AI models.
Sounds quite comprehensive. Okay, so the social listening, it's very clear why AI is a good fit for that and the value that you get back from that. But you've recently launched Lucidya Engagement.
So basically, let me give a brief kind of description of each product, because it gives more context on what we do. So social listening is basically a product that gives you the insight on market trends and competition and all that. Omnichannel, on the other hand, is a product that gives you, it's your lens to your own digital channels. You're not looking at the marketing like social listening. You're looking at your own performance, your own digital channels. So you can connect to your own WhatsApp. You can connect to your own email. You call center solution, all your social media channels, and you have this analysis in one place. Survey is another software that we launched. It's obvious what it does. Is you build survey in Lucidya and you capture feedback. And then CDP, the customer data platform, is our kind of engine that can actually gather data from all your different channels and all different sources and put them in one place. And it uses AI to give you some kind of prediction on customer behavior and churn probability and satisfaction and all that. So it's your kind of all-in-one unified database for your customers and in one place. So you can look at each customer as an individual. You look at, let's say, someone called Muhannad, and you see all the interactions from Muhannad at different channels. So that's CDP. And then we launched engagements, and it's a very exciting product. It's a very revolutionary product in terms of what it does. Our engagement product is just engagement in a way that it allows you to not only listen and analyze, it allows you to reply and engage to all these conversation, all these feedback that you collected through Lucidya. But the beauty of our engagement product that we launched recently is it's the first product that's in the world that is built ground up from day one using Gen AI. So it's not a product that it used to be there and then we applied Gen AI and kind of enhanced it. No, it was built from ground up having Gen AI in mind. So what it does basically as extra things from other peers in the market is every single interaction that you get, if it goes to a human agent or a customer agent, the customer agent would actually have different ways of suggested AI replies. So if someone talk to you, let's say, and asking you about working hours, our AI using the knowledge base from this brand and using all the policies and procedure for this brand would suggest to the human agent what is the best response for this person. So basically, customer agent will not be required to type in questions anymore. They will have all the answers. They have all the answers ready. They just review it and click send, and it will be sent, or they can edit it. So this will increase efficiency and productivity for agents by so much, because their job is not now just more of supervision, kind of being a supervisor of what the AI is basically selling them. And it helps customers to receive very fast answers to their inquiries.
Fantastic. And when was the engagement module introduced?
We introduced it or we announced our engagement model in our annual event, Game Changers 2023. It was last October. That's when we announced it, and we started to roll out to our customers beginning of this year. So today, since Feb, it's officially launched and public to any customer.
Fantastic. Obviously, this is a suite of products that work together.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what makes it beautiful as well, because before that, you used to have different technology providers. You have software for engagement, software for survey, another one for analytics, and then another one for CDP. So you have all this mess of different software, and you have to do all this integration together. Today with Lucidya, we are unifying everything in one place. It's one platform, one access. You log in, you see all these capabilities, all these products in one place, and these products are talking to each other in a very seamless way. So that you as user, you don't have to waste your time in terms of integrating or moving data or worrying about duplicating data and all that. It's all in one place. And we're not stopping there, of course, because we're completing this customer experience cycle.
That's quite a powerful proposition, because also you have the differences in Arabic language capability across different platforms if you're using many different platforms, which doesn't help either. So the fact that you've got one consistent reference for Arabic, particularly with Gen AI, then that's great as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so back on the CXM platform, this is now becoming quite a substantial platform for customers. Have you got a vision for what's next, or what are the things that are on your roadmap?
Yeah, sure. So today, after our engagement product, which we just launched, and also we introduced last year our call analytics solution, which analyze phone calls. So basically, you don't really stop at text. We go to audio as well. So after these two products, now we are moving into kind of completing the cycle, the customer experience cycle, by introducing the help desk and ticketing software, so that you can open tickets in the same platform. You can assign it to your team to solve it, SLAs and all that in one platform. So you don't need to have a ticketing solution on the side connected to Lucidya. So that's something that we are working on. It's going to be released, inshallah, this year. And what's next for us in the future is to be able to really serve more customers, because today we are more focused on enterprise and mid-market kind of segments. But we know that SMEs, they are in desperate need for these solutions. And we until today, we are very focused on enterprise and mid-market. And the only reason why we are focused because enterprise and mid-markets, to be able to serve them, you have to be really, really focused on their needs and desires. So early next year, we're going to be rolling out our solutions for the public. Any company with a credit card, they can use our solution on a monthly basis. So that we can have access, even not only in Saudi, outside Saudi. Because today, even though we only present in Saudi Arabia and we have our team here in Saudi, but you can imagine that we have customers from 10 different countries, because all these countries, of course, are Arabic-speaking countries, because again, they have the same pain points. In the future, we're going to be offering all this self-service kind of offering to all companies, no matter where they are, they can go and subscribe. And we're going to be also starting to double down on our geo expansion to be able to serve customers in different countries around Saudi Arabia and GCC and the MENA region. So we're going to be closer to them because we know that they have the need, and we're going to be able to help them so they can even have the power to deliver game-changing customer experiences to their customers as well.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And I would like to announce here that we just silently launched our APIs for our AI models. So any company, they can just use our through APIs, just like you would use with ChatGPT from OpenAI. It's silently launched because we are testing it with a couple of customers. But if anyone is interested, they can reach out and we can give access. And yeah, they can use these two models.
Great. We're running out of time today, Asiri. Any final points or comments whilst we're on air?
First of all, thanks for this amazing event and amazing audience. My comment would be that as we talked, AI it's not a fad. It's not something that will come and go, just like other technologies. It's something that is here to stay, and it will impact the way we live. It will be part of our daily lives. So that's why we see a lot of investment globally from government to private sector in these technologies. And we believe that AI in the MENA region, we will see a lot of innovation that can actually will be comparable to the one that we are seeing in the Western world as well. And we are very excited to be part of this whole ecosystem for all this industry as a company that was built and that was running in this as a frontier, as a leader in this industry. And we hopefully we will see a lot of this innovation coming soon, either from us or from different people. I'm an AI enthusiast, and I love to see great AI solutions.
And you're taking part in LEAP?
Yes, we are in LEAP this year, just like the past 2 years. Please, anyone visiting LEAP, please come and visit us. We're going to be at Hall 1. You cannot miss it. It's a huge booth there. Please come. And we have live demos. We have a challenge open to anyone visiting LEAP to break our AI. So we are inviting all people, all attendees of LEAP, to come in and try to break our AI and to beat our AI models. It's a very interesting competition, and we love to see people trying it out.
I love it. Great stuff. I hope it goes well for you. Abdullah Asiri, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been really interesting. I've enjoyed it, and I hope to bring you back again at another point in time and have another conversation with an update.
Definitely, Carrington. Me too. It's my pleasure, and yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to a recording of Middle East AI News Live for Thursday, February 29th, 2024. Brought to you by Carrington Malin. Thanks for listening.
First of all, thanks for this amazing event and amazing audience. My comment would be that as we talked, AI it's not a fad. It's not something that will come and go, just like other technologies. It's something that is here to stay, and it will impact the way we live. It will be part of our daily lives. So that's why we see a lot of investment globally from government to private sector in this technology. So AI is there to stay, and we believe that AI in the MENA region we will see a lot of innovation that can actually will be comparable to the one that we are seeing in the Western world as well. And we are very excited to be part of this whole ecosystem for all this industry as a company that was built and that was running in this as a frontier, as a leader in this industry. And we hopefully we will see a lot of this innovation coming soon, either from us or from different people. I'm an AI enthusiast, and I love to see great AI solutions.
Great. And you're taking part in LEAP, am I right?
Yes, we are in Leap this year, just like the past 2 years. Please, anyone visiting Leap, please come and visit us. We're gonna be at Hall 1.
Points or comments you'd like to make whilst we're on air?
First of all, thanks for this amazing event and amazing audience. My comment would be that as we talked, AI, it's not a fad. It's not something that will come and go, just like other technologies. It's something that is here to stay, and it will impact the way we live. It will be part of our daily lives. So that's why we see a lot of investment globally from from governments to private sector in this technology. So AI is there to stay, and we believe that AI in the MENA region will actually we will see a lot of innovation that can actually will be comparable to the one that we are seeing in the Western world as well. And we are very excited to be part of this whole ecosystem, of all this industry as a company that was built and that was running in this as a frontier, as a leader in this industry. And we hopefully we will see a lot of this innovation coming soon, either from us or from different people. I'm an AI enthusiast, and I love to see great AI solutions.
Great. And you're taking part in Leap, am I right?
Yes, we are in Leap this year, just like the past 2 years. Please, anyone visiting Leap, please come and visit us. We're gonna be at Hall 1.